Peace, family. Welcome to Black Star TV 2.0. Don't forget to subscribe, like to the channel. Today, we're going to talk about the executive order that Joe Biden is doing for Black Americans, quote unquote. Is this truly for just Black Americans, or this is another form of benign neglect? Because, anytime they do something for Black people, they always have to water it down with other groups and adding other people to our situation, to where we don't get the true benefits of whatever he's doing for us, or whatever they're doing for us, the government in general. So I wanted to get into a little something real quick. Let me share my screen with y'all and do this real quick. So I want to show y'all a little video and y'all tell me what you think. We ain't gonna play the whole thing, but...
And this is the brilliance behind the Democrats' mastery of benign neglect. You see, because if I can get a so-called Black president or possible vice president to say,
I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No.
Well, then that justifies politicians ignoring Black issues on all levels of politics. Because how are you going to call a non-Black politician racist for ignoring you when so-called Black presidents and vice presidents have already done the same?
Were you aware that your great-great-grandfathers were slave owners in Alabama before the Civil War? And has that revelation caused you to change your position on reparations?
You know, I find myself once again in the same position as President Obama. We both oppose reparations, and we both are the descendants of slaveholders.
From the top of 2019 to now being 5 days away from the 2020 presidential election, the slogans "No Black Agenda, No Vote" and "Reparations Now" for the descendants of American slavery have been the chief cries coming out of Black America. But those cries have largely fallen on deaf ears. And for proof of this, all one has to do is look at the last two presidential debates between Joe Biden and Donald Trump, as well as the vice president debate between Kamala Harris and Mike Pence. And you will see that both topics were completely ignored and dismissed. But why? Two words: benign neglect. Benign neglect is the official, unofficial policy of ignoring Black issues and never committing to putting forth policy and or legislation that will exclusively benefit Black Americans. All conversations surrounding Black issues, let alone policy and legislation, must always incorporate the terms people of color, minority, marginalized groups, and at the bare minimum, Black and brown. Doing this effectively dilutes Black issues, which then by default dilutes the solutions needed to correct them. Though benign neglect is practiced by both the Democrats and the Republicans, the Democratic Party has mastered the art of benign neglect due to the fact that Black Americans are their political base. Now, what I'd like to do is show you a few examples of Democrats going out of their way to ignore and talk around Black issues. These are the real life examples of benign neglect.
Why not target the African American community? Why not say then, this is for you? This is for African Americans. If there was a banking crisis, then you target money for the banks. If there was a national disaster, you target your money for the national for disaster relief.
That's not how America works. America works when all of us are pulled together and everybody is focused on making sure that every single person has opportunity.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No, because whatever benefits that Black family will benefit that community and society as a whole and the country. Right?
Vice President Biden, do you support?
See, now listen to what they said earlier about people of color, gender, what do you say? Like the LGBTQ. They try to use all these words when they start talking about Black people. And I'm going to give you a reason why. Now, the reason why they're doing this is because when you do that, it actually dilutes Black people from getting things. Because when you really think about it, okay, if you say it's for Black people, people of color, now that includes Hispanics, Indians, Asians, anybody who is not classified as white. But also, when you now include gender, now that includes white women, right? Boom. Now you include LGBT. So now any gay man or gay woman can now be included in that. And this is how it dilutes it, because say if they're saying, oh, this is say they're saying they're giving out $3 billion or $6 billion for minorities and people of color and LGBTQ. Now that $3 billion is going to get broken up between any rich white man who is a LGBTQ, who is gay, because just let's say Mark Zuckerberg is gay. He falls under LGBTQ now. Now he can get a piece of that pie, even though he doesn't need it, or that he shouldn't even be inclined to that. Now you got rich white women who can now get a piece of that because you're claiming LGBTQ. Then people of color. Then at the end of all of that, Black people are going to get the most minuscule thing. So now this is an executive order that, so let me read this. Executive order on White House initiative in advancing educational equity, excellence, and economic opportunity for Black Americans. But they're going to get slick in here. Now, again, reminding you of what they said about the people of color and using all those other people to dilute the agenda. So here, right here, boom. Barriers to equity in education can compound Black students who are also LGBTQ plus students, English language learners, dreamers, and students with disabilities. Now, LGBTQ students, English language learning. Who's learning English that's a Black American?
I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna do something that's only gonna benefit Black people. No. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna do something that's only gonna benefit Black people. No.
So if that's my favorite line, I swear to God, that's my favorite line. Why put opportunities for Black Americans? Why try to highlight Black Americans? Then in the fine print, you try to add other people in here. You see what I'm saying? That's the slickness. That's the slickness of them. But see, watch this. They get specific when they talking about the Arabs. See, because mind you, in that executive order, we're actually going to go over it to show you that there's nothing in there of substance. There's nothing in that executive order of stuff. You ain't going to see things like this. The administration is seeking $6.4 billion for sites to process Afghanistan allies overseas in the U.S., as well as for security screenings and humanitarian assistance. An administration official said the funding request will support plans for as many as 65,000 vulnerable Afghans to arrive in the U.S. by the end of September, and up to 30,000 additional Afghans over the following 12 months. $6.4 billion. Now watch this. That money includes $2.4 billion for the Defense Department, $1.3 billion for the State Department, for help with refugees resettlement, $815 million for U.S. aid, for humanitarian assistance, $193 million for the Department of Homeland Security, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services to ramp up its capacity to process Afghans and put them on the path to legal permanent residence, and $1.7 billion for the Health and Human Service Department to help Afghans build new lives in the U.S. Build new lives in the U.S. Mind you, let's go to what they quote unquote doing for Black folks. Now, mind you, that didn't say anything of people of color. That didn't say anything of LGBTQ. That was specifically for Afghans, and they are bringing out the money. They are bringing out the money.
I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna do something that's only gonna benefit Black people. No.
You see what I'm saying? They don't ever want, when it comes to us, they don't ever want to just do anything specific for us. Let me get to this part. Okay, so this is what the White House initiative on advancing educational equity, excellence, and opportunities. I just want to get to this. The initiative shall advance educational equity and economic opportunity for Black students, families, and communities by focusing on the following policy goals: increasing general understanding of systematic causes of educational challenge faced by many Black students, whether the students are in urban, suburban, rural, or immigrant learning environments, or working across executive departments and agencies. What is that? What is that? Understanding of systemic causes of education, increasing general understanding of systemic causes of educational challenges. What is that? What does that do? Just increasing general understanding of systemic causes of educational challenges? What does that do? Like, how does that bring us up as a group? Let's go to the next one. Increasing Black children and families' access to participation in high-quality early childhood programs and services that promotes children's health, development, and learning, prepare them for success in school, affirm their culture identity. How does that stop all the poverty in our community? We need stuff like that, 6 billion. This will put them on their feet when they get here. Just do 6 billion, 6.4 billion divided by 65,000. How many people getting that much money? Well, that's about 100 and something thousand a piece. Come on, man. You trying to put them on their feet the moment they get over here. We've been losing since day one. Mind you, let me show you this. They even said some craziness up in the beginning. Where was that at? Right here. Over the course of American history, Black Americans have helped to build. Have helped. Nigga, we built this whole thing with no help. What are you talking about? Have helped. Who helped us? Because y'all wasn't helping. Y'all wasn't building it. They is crazy, bro. They love undermining Black people, boy. But again, let's get back to it. This was increasing Black children and families' access to and participation in high-quality early childhood programs. Where is the money? Addressing the inequitable treatment of Black children, such as eradicating discriminatory referrals to special education and excessive disciplinary action. Where is the money? Supporting and improving data collection related to Black students and the implementation of evidence based on strategies to increase the participation and success of Black students in all levels of education and prepare them for career and civic engagement. Where is the money? What the hell is this stuff, bro? Like, what is this? Seriously. This has nothing to do. This is a bunch of nothing. It's not going to get us, it's not going to get people out the hood. It's not going to get us jobs. Like, what is this, bro? And then you have the nerve to try to add in other groups to this nothing burgerness.
I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No.
Man, listen. Enhancing student support service and fostering positive engagement among schools, families, and communities. Leaders, community leaders, and community-based organizations to increase the high school graduation and post-secondary attendance rates and decrease the high school dropout rate for Black students, promoting positive school climate that supports equitable access to the participation. Bro, none of this. I ain't even gonna keep reading all this because it's too much. Too much of nothing, because it's like I'm reading nothing. Eliminating discriminatory enrollment, ensuring equitable access to educational resources, professional and technology, advancing racial equity and economic opportunities by connecting education to labor market needs through programs such as dual enrollment. Bro, this is wild.
I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna do something that's only gonna benefit Black people.
I'm gonna let y'all finish listening to some of this right here, man. Listen to these people, man.
Reparations.
Look, I mean,
since I haven't spoken on this, got a chance.
'Cause that's what we need. Reparations is money.
Number one, the reason we're the country we are is because of immigration. We've been able to cherry pick the best from every single continent. The people who come here have determination, resilience. They are ready to stand up and work like the devil. We have 24 out of every 100 children in our school today is Hispanic. The idea that we are going to walk away and not provide every opportunity for them is not only stupid and immoral, but it's bad for America. They are the future of America, and we should
What does that have to do with reparations, nigga?
invest in them. Everybody will benefit from it. Every single American. And you should get used to it. This is a nation of immigrants. That's who we are. That's why we're who we are. That's what makes us different, and we should invest in them.
Thank you, Mr. Biden. Senator Klobuchar, you had your hand up.
When Barack Hussein Obama, America's first biracial president, was asked the question, why not target the black community directly? And he replied,
No.
disaster relief.
That's not how America works.
Obama was 100% correct when he stated, that's not how America works. In fact, it hasn't worked that way since 1970, because this was the year that Daniel Patrick Moynihan, advisor to President Richard Nixon, submitted his 10-page memorandum to the president. And the opening paragraph reads, as the new year begins, it occurs to me that you might find useful a general assessment of the position of Negroes at the end of the first year of your administration and of the decade in which their position has been the central domestic political issue. Now, the memorandum would go on to chronicle the decade of the 60s, discussing the progress made by Black Americans, as well as their shortcomings that still needed improvement. But it's not until page 7 that the two words that would annihilate Black American politics for the next 50 years would appear. The time may have come when the issue of race could benefit from a period of benign neglect. The subject has been too much talked about. The form has been too much taken over by hysterics, paranoids, and boodlers on all sides. We may need a period in which Negro progress continues and racial rhetoric fades. The administration can help bring this about by paying close attention to such progress as we are doing, while seeking to avoid situations in which extremists on either race are given opportunities for martyrdom, heroics, histrionics, or whatever. Greater attention to Indians, Mexican Americans, and Puerto Ricans would be useful.
Now, greater attention to Indians, Mexicans, and Puerto Ricans would be useful. That's exactly what Joe Biden just did in that last speech. But also, he's not going to repeat. He's not going to read the bottom part. A tendency to ignore provocations from groups such as the Black Panthers. See, anybody who's pro-Black, who's strictly for Black people, not saying that they don't like any other group, but they're for the progress of Black people only, because they know what's going on when they start trying to add everybody with us. You're trying to dilute it so that you ignore us at the end of the day, and that we're stuck with nothing. And you giving billions to Asians, you giving billions to Afghanistans, you giving everything to Mexican Americans. That's how they coming over here and still doing well, doing more than us, because you provide them with the jobs. You provide them and giving them better jobs than us. You're making sure that we stay unemployed and stay with the less opportunities. You're giving them the home loans more than you're giving us. You see what I'm saying? Bro, listen, man. Let him finish.
Read that last sentence again. Greater attention to Indians, Mexican Americans, and Puerto Ricans would be useful. Now, you see, it's at this moment that the American government made its decision to ignore Black politics and shift the conversation to Native Americans and immigrants. Now, fast forward to 2020, and that list now also includes not only Native Americans and immigrants, but the LGBTQ, as well as women's issues by way of feminism, all the while ignoring Black American politics. Now, one of the newest ways that we watched women's and LGBTQ rights issues used to neutralize Black issues have been in the Black Lives Matter movement. You see, when you say Black Lives Matter, you've said all that needs to be said, because the problem at hand is police brutality against Black Americans. But once you start interjecting hashtags into it, like say her name, or Black Trans Lives Matter. You effectively turned it from an issue about police brutality against Black people to an issue of feminism and to an issue of LGBTQ struggles. The Black Lives Matter movement has been so strategically fragmented that we've come to the point to where now people say all Black lives matter. That's how fragmented it is. When speaking on matters of immigration, you never hear anybody say, well, what about all immigrants? What about LGBTQ immigrants? What about female immigrants? What about the LGBTQ Jews? What about female Jews? What about all Jews? It's only Black issues that get fragmented in this way. Now, over the course of the past 12 years, the Democratic Party has truly mastered the art of benign neglect by coming to the understanding that the best way to ignore Black politics is to do it in blackface. Now, for starters, don't let it go over your head that the family lineage of the first so-called Black...
Yeah, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this channel, man. Definitely share this video right here, because them primaries are coming up and Black folks need to know that they are finessing us again.
President and possible vice president don't actually come out of the slave plantations of America. They have no ties to the legacy of slavery and the hardships of Jim Crow. Barack Hussein Obama, whose mother was white and his father was Kenyan, moved to Indonesia when he was...
You heard, old boy, I forgot his name, man. I forgot his name, but you heard him say his mom is a descendant of a slave owner, dog. That's his real mom too. That's not his real dad over there. I don't know who that dude is. His mom is a descendant of a slave owner. That's why they let him in.
6 years old. He moved back to Hawaii when he was 10, where he was raised by his white grandparents. Kamala Devi Harris, whose mother is Indian and her father is Jamaican, was born in Oakland and moved to Montreal, Quebec, Canada when she was 12 years old. Now, why does that matter?
Because she tried to hit y'all with that black girl magic line to finesse you. She ain't never even been around. She been around her Indian family most of the time. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but you're not going to try to now come around when you need some Black votes and talk about some black girl magic. Like, you feel me? Like you've been double dutching with the sisters all your life. And come on, man, knock it off.
Well, that matters because you don't even begin to form a general understanding of who you are and how the world...
Because anybody...
I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No.
Because if she was really Black, she wouldn't even say no stuff like that. A pro-Black person wouldn't say. This is why they said ignore the Black Panthers, because anybody that's off that type of time would never say nothing like this. I'm only going to do stuff that's just going to benefit Black people. No.
Works and what's your place in it until your teenage years. From 1 to 5 years old, you don't even know that you're alive. And from 5 to 12 years old, life is simply about how many days it is until my birthday. Is it Christmas yet? When is Halloween? And can we go to Chuck E. Cheese? Your teenage years are your most critical years as it pertains to the development and understanding of the world around you, as well as who you actually are as you head into adulthood. And this time period for her was spent in a completely different country, attending a French-speaking primary school and high school. Upon graduating high school was when she moved back to the States to attend college. You see, these type of folks are passing for Black because they grow up having no real connection to Black Americans, but once they enter politics, they then ride the wave of slavery and Jim Crow to legitimize a Blackness within them that doesn't exist. And this is the brilliance behind the Democrats' mastery of benign neglect. You see, because if I can get a so-called Black president or possible vice president to say,
I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No.
Well, then that justifies politicians ignoring Black issues on all levels of politics. Because how are you going to call a non-Black politician racist for ignoring you when so-called Black presidents and vice presidents have already done the same?
Were you aware that your great-great-grandfathers were slave owners in Alabama before the Civil War? And has that revelation caused you to change your position on reparations?
You know, I find myself once again in the same position as President Obama. We both oppose reparations, and we both are the descendants of slaveholders.
You see how that works? So now, because they have no policy for you, They have to sell you on their blackness. This is why Kamala Harris lied about smoking weed, listening to Tupac and Snoop Dogg in college, despite the fact that she graduated college in the 80s. This is why the Dems put out this awkward video of her dancing to Cardi B.
Yeah, to try to get y'all, to get you related, man.
This is why articles and videos of her keep coming out discussing her shoe game. I literally could keep going on and on, giving you example after example, but I'm going to end it here by showing you this last clip of an interviewer asking Kamala a very serious question about the contradiction in views between her and Joe Biden. And the response she gives is an extremely awkward, high-pitched rant about being a black girl who likes hip-hop.
You supported the Green New Deal.
I don't even want y'all to hear that, man. She's just doing some BS, and you know what time it is. But yeah, man, that's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. We need this. Matter of fact, let me show you something, man. Let me show you something real quick.
I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna do something that's only gonna benefit black people.
Because they be talking about that reparations. Because we want the money, we want the land, and you got the land. So watch this, man. Show you how much land these people got. They definitely can give us our land, bro. I ain't gonna say you gonna give us 40 acres, nigga, but you can give you got enough to give us all the acre, goddamn it. Hold on, let me write it different. Man, listen. Man. 644 acres of land and 2.7 billion acres of land in the United States. Huh? Bro, you definitely can give us all an acre, bro. Definitely, you can give us all 2 acres, and for real, 3, 4, 5 them Johns. But we want the bread, man. You're not gonna sit here and just try to bring some new people over here and then slide them 6 billion, and then you try to talk about all this old goofiness with us, all economic this and racial equity, and come on, man. You trying to finesse us, dog. You trying to finesse us, man. Then try to add everybody to our little situation, bro. We not with it, man. We not with it, bro. Y'all are slick as hell, man. Y'all are slick as hell. Let me get back to that other part too, just so you see it, man. Who are also, look at that. Look at that. LGBTQ plus students, English language learners. Come on, dog. Who's an English language learner? Bro, that's everybody in the goddamn United States. Come on, man. Bro, they finessing us. That's all I wanted to show. I just wanted to show y'all. Look, it's about to be primaries coming up. They are trying to get us because they know they ain't been doing nothing all year for black people. Because that the shit I've been playing this whole time with Kamala Harris. Yeah, she said that the last when she was just running with Joe Biden, and they haven't been doing nothing. They done gave the Asians the little anti-Asian hate bill or hate crime bill or whatever. They passed that, tried to call it a COVID crime, but that was strictly for Asians. That was strictly for Asians. Matter of fact, let's go to that. The excuse me. Yeah, that was strictly for Asians. As you sit here and try to say you ain't just doing nothing for black folks. You feel me? Hate crime bill amid Asian attacks on Asian Americans. Commending all forms of, listen, bro, y'all done signed Congress anti-Asian crime bill won't actually prevent, probably saying it won't actually prevent the hate crimes, which a bill ain't gonna really do anything, but still, fam, you did it. You did it. And we've been trying to get these bills passed for us forever. Ever. And they did it with significant let me see this. A significant amount. Matter of fact, I think it was something to 1. It was only one person who opposed it. Look at all them Asians. You did this strictly for Asians, fam. Why you say this about us?
I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna do something that's only gonna benefit Black people. No.
This hate, matter of fact, and the funny part about it, now I gotta go to something else. Man. Watch this. Let's see who suffers from hate crimes the most. Let's see who suffers. Oh, no, this FBI statistics. Hate crime statistics, man. Let's get that. Let's see who suffers from hate crimes the most. I gotta go back. I gotta make it specific. By race. There we go. Oh, that's just total crimes in general. But that's even, listen, this is also something I always wanted to, let me do this real quick because I need to do it this way so y'all can actually see the whole thing, the whole table on the whole screen. Now watch this, man. White people committed 4.7 million crimes. Black people committed 1.8 million crimes in 2019, but we fill up the jails. What? You got Condoleezza Rice talking about racism don't exist. What you talking about? Racism don't exist. This is the, watch this, man. If you even add the numbers up, watch this. White people are committing more crimes than every other race total. You total all those numbers up, it still don't add up to 4.7 million. That's facts. And when you go to damn near every jail around the country, Blacks are filling it up the most, along with these other races, dog. Like, knock it off, bruh. Knock it off. Look at them rape joints, bruh. Murders, manslaughters. Like, yo, y'all be doing y'all thing. Trying to act like y'all ain't doing all this crime, man. Y'all committing hella crime, and you ain't never going to jail for that shit. That shit crazy, man. And what I was about to oh yeah, it was the hate crimes. That's what I was trying to say. Hate crimes. Who's the victim of the hate crimes? My bad. Yeah, it got me going for a minute, man. Matter of fact, they had 2020 over here, man. Let me go to the more recent year. %55 were Black. What you talking about? Blacks. Come on, man. Knock it off, bro. Oh, no, the offenders. That was white, too. I'm sorry. I actually said that wrong. But again, that's the offenders. That's the people who committing the shit. They had another one that showed that exactly what I'm trying to show. I ain't trying to see the offenders. The offenders is the person who's actually committing it. But that already goes to show it ain't white people. Who white people committing them hate crimes against? Niggas. And are actually victims. See, it's on race. That's why I said sexual orientation. When they be trying to talk about them, the LGBTQ, they like saying that, oh, it's a lot of hate crimes going on against us. Not more than just most of the Black LGBTQ that's getting hate crimes done on them, it's truly because you are black, not because you LGBTQ. And some of the joints that's happening against y'all, they calling it hate crimes, but some of the joints that's happening against these LGBTQ joints is because you over here low-key raping men. And I'm gonna tell you how you low-key raping men. You are faking like you are a woman. You're not being honest, trying to tell another man who is not into transgender women, they into regular women, and you are finessing them. And then when they find out, they going upside your damn head because you low-key finessed them. You feel me? That's tricking somebody to get into their pants. That's like a man doing that to a girl, dog. There's consequences to that. If I trick a woman or try to finesse and trick a woman into getting into her pants, bro, that's not cool, bro. That's not cool, bro. That's not cool. And that's why people going upside your head, because you doing little weirdo stuff. But I ain't saying all of them are doing some are legit, some are legit, but at the end of the day, dog, y'all do be doing some weirdo stuff, bro. And that's what be having people like, again, y'all be trying to do people dirty. Like you try too much to try to, like, I knew this gay dude he was black, and he had put out a book about all the gang members he had slept with in Portland. Rocked them. They rocked them. You feel what I'm saying? Because you trying to do too much, bro. Just sleep with the people you sleeping with, bro. Everything ain't everybody's business. You always trying to expose somebody or trying to ruin somebody's life. Yes, so somebody ruined your shit. You feel what I'm saying? Trying to do too much. You trying to do too much. If you gay, you gay. And if them niggas is gay, they gay. But at the end of the day, bro, y'all be trying to do too much. You trying to do all this weirdness, and then when you get lumped upside your head, y'all be saying, it's a hate crime. No, ain't nobody hating, bro. And people that do that to somebody who ain't gay, dog. You just trying to put my business out there, try to ruin my life, and have my kids all looking at me crazy. Man, y'all crazy, bro. What you do in the bedroom with somebody else is you and their business, bro. It ain't nobody business for you to be telling other people, trying to expose them, and right, that shit crazy, bro. Let me see, man. I can't even. They had the what's the name? I can't really find it now. All of a sudden, anti-Semitic Johns. I'm telling you, man. It's definitely black people though. I can't get to it right now, and I don't want to do too much. Let me just see if I can just say who. They're not giving me that. They still just giving me this, man. But I'm telling you. Look how they try to put the Asian joints up there now. Now they trying to throw the Asian shit up there. They matter of fact, that one chart that I had, they was like the lowest group. Trying to put them up on the top, man. Like y'all be funny. Just so y'all can pass the bill for them. You feel me? They ain't giving it to me no more. All right, but that's it. That's all I really wanted to show you, man. Benign Neglect, man. Definitely watch these people, bro, because they definitely on some funniness. Because as a matter of fact, they was trying to make it seem like Black Americans was the one doing the hate crimes against Asians and all this old craziness. But yeah, don't forget to hit that like button, man. That subscribe button. Definitely hit that subscribe button, man. Subscribe to the channel, man. Subscribe to the channel, man. We can stop sharing now. Subscribe to the channel. Share this video. You feel me? Get this information out there. Benign Neglect. We not voting for nobody until we get some tangibles. And when I mean tangibles, we talk about checks, money orders, and land. Land is number one. That's the main thing we want. We want land so we can control our own industries. You feel me? We don't control no industries over here right now. You feel me? I just did a buy black the video before this, which y'all should just go back and look at that. You got black toilet paper, toothbrushes, black owned companies that y'all need to support, man, because I'm trying to tell you, they trying to dilute to make sure we stay at the bottom of the totem pole, and we can't keep going for that. So again, man, subscribe. Don't forget to donate. You can donate to the Cash App Blackstar 0312. That's Blackstar 0312. If the Cash App. And don't forget to subscribe, man. Like and share this video, man. Good night, man. We out of here.